Hello Taurus, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. My friends, how are you? Happy May. This reading will be for the month of May. I hope you are well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you. If you're brand new and you've never been here before, welcome. I hope you'll be in the comments. A lot of us like to be there, and we are a bit of a community by now, so thanks for doing that. Please hit the subscription button and please hit that upload button. Usually the earth signs are done on a Monday. I was just really exhausted this week, and so we're getting it on a Tuesday. So hit that bell button so you know when the uploads are coming. We are going to go at this week with just the 3-card draw. Y'all seem to like that. The last time I did it, it gets me a lot more energy. Let's find out what's going on. And what I will do is, first of all, I want to thank those of you who are the ride or dies, the ones who are always in the comments, your thumbs up, watching, clicking, viewing, sharing, subscribing. I appreciate you all. And a lot of you that come by here, I must come through your feed, so you watch, but you haven't yet subscribed. So please hit that subscription button. It does make a difference in how YouTube views this channel. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. So we're going to start with one deck. We're going to do 3 different hands. These 3 different hands, they might relate to each other. It might be a series of the same thing, but it also might be different for each hand. So let's find out what's going on. Let's figure out what's going on for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. Happy May. May the 4th be with you. Here we go, Taurus. Let's find out what's going on for Taurus. Taurus, we have the Queen of Cups. Look at that. We have transformation and some sort of something that's coming up here that is... I feel like you are about to have some sort of a milestone in love here. That's what it looks like, Taurus. There is a milestone showing up here. It feels like somebody who walked away is about to come back. Now, for some of you, it's going to be the Knight of Wands. For some of you, it's going to be someone who didn't give you any stability. I feel like that person is on the way back. But look, they're coming back with the 4 of Wands. It feels like somebody here, look, we have the 4 of Wands here, which is, the soulmate connection. It's stability and happy and fun, but it is also stability in a very passionate and fun relationship. Look, there's 4 wands here too as well. We do have the Knight of Wands, but we do have the 4 wands that you can see are depicted here in this particular picture. So, Taurus, I want to say for some of y'all, it's going to be someone who's coming back around that didn't give you any stability before, but what they're dragging with them is the 4 of Wands. I feel like they're coming back to give you stability. For some of you, it's going to be too little too late, but for those of you who aren't, we'll just keep reading here. We do have the World card. So this is an accomplishment. It's a something is coming full circle. It's like something that was in the past, so far in the past that you thought it would never catch up with you, but it feels like a milestone or an achievement that's going to happen in love. And I feel like the last time that we had this go around here, that maybe it was the Knight of Wands that was involved. Although we were very attracted to each other, very passionate, maybe we jumped in too quickly. Maybe we took a risk and we weren't ready. Divine timing is everything, y'all. And the reason relationships break up is because we force them. We don't let them to happen naturally. I feel like the Death card is here because it's telling me that you're going to be looking at the 4 of Wands in a different way than you've ever looked at it. Look, not all of us have to have tradition. Not all of us have to sign on the dotted line, have to get the ring and on the marriage and the yada yada. Not everybody's into that. And so it feels to me like something here is about to transform into some sort of non-traditional relationship. And what I mean by that is, I feel like for some of you, that it's going to be like at a distance, or it might be that you're in love with someone across the world, or it could be that we have decided to, take this passionate energy that we have, and we're going to add it to the 4 of Wands. It feels like something is about to transform here. Tell me about the Death card, please. Death card, the 4 of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. What's going on here? We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy here. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We've got, Scorpio. Scorpio energy here today. And Taurus, that is your opposite sign, right? Scorpio is the opposite on the zodiac wheel from Taurus. We do have you, Taurus, showing up here, the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. We've got the 3 of Wands, and we've got the Hanged Man. Look, I feel like somebody for some of you is coming back. And it does feel like, I don't got a horse in the race. I don't care if they're good for you or bad for you. You can make that decision. But it feels like the King of Pentacles is who is going to be transformed. So the King of Pentacles is Taurus, but also Virgo and Capricorn in this reading. I want to say that it's just around the corner, because as you can see that the adventure is coming, you can see the 3rd wand is almost burnt down here, which tells me that when it burns down, we're going to be left with 2, which means we're going to be left with a decision, Taurus. A decision and also some type of an adventure. Should I go on the adventure or not? It's going to throw you into the Hanged Man energy. So I feel like the thing that is transforming here is love. And I'm not saying that it's someone from the past for all of you. For some of you, it could be brand new love. The Queen of Cups is here. But we do have the Hanged Man. So I feel like when it does show up, Taurus, it feels like you don't make a decision right away. You're supposed to make a decision, a passionate decision. Which way do you want to go? Once you stop waiting for it, which is the Three of Wands, I feel like you have to make a decision. And that puts you in the Hanged Man energy. You start looking within, right? Into the psychic self, right? The psychic intuitive self, who is the Queen of Cups. So I feel like this could be your person, or it could be your energy. Take it as it resonates. I have a feeling that you might be in the Hanged Man. But of course we do have Taurus here, right? Who's in the Hanged Man trying to make a decision. Tell me about this Queen of Cups, please. We do have the Four of Pentacles. This is someone you've been holding on to but couldn't make a decision about in the past. I feel like this person's been watching you. So whether it's in the neighborhood or online, if they live across the world, it could be. The World card is here. But we do have somebody here who I feel is ready to give you a lot of attention. A lot of emotional attention. It feels like somebody is going to show you their emotions. And I don't think that they did before. I feel like that they just sort of kept it under wraps. They didn't make a decision concerning you. But I feel like even though they didn't make a decision concerning you, Taurus, that they still held on to the hope that one day they would be able to choose you or be able to make a decision about you. So we do have Leo energy here. And the Six of Wands to me is like, we're almost there. Again, the Three of Wands, the one wand is burning down. We're almost there. The Six of Wands is like the next step that is taken here will be the step across the finish line. Tell me why the World is here, please. Tell me why the World is here. We do have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Three of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. What? Taurus. So I don't care if the person is new or old. I feel like what's going down here is that this is an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment, and I feel this person, when they come back, they have changed. Some of you will get in the comments and say, they haven't changed, they're a narc, whatever. But, you know, you could be right. I'm not saying that you're wrong. But I think that for those of you who are looking at this in a positive light, I feel like that's what you're getting. Because when you live in a negative attitude, you get negative things. You're drawing in the negative. But I think you, Taurus, the one I'm talking to, is drawing in the positive because the Wheel of Fortune is here. This is Jupiter energy, right? This is Jupiter, who is in your sign right now until the 25th of May. This is a major month for you, Taurus. And if you don't know what's going on astrologically, then you should probably find an astrologer. I like Jimmy at the Tarot Ship, but find an astrologer to find out what's going on here. But this month is a huge month of things that are about to change for the better. It looks like you are probably going to have some type of a reunion with someone. Or for some of you, maybe this isn't one person. Maybe it's a group of people. Maybe you're finding a new soul tribe along the way. But I want to say that there are a lot of changes that are coming here. But these changes are changes that are... There are changes that are going to be considered milestones or times of achievement. It's like you've closed a circle, like we've come full circle. So it almost feels like somebody is having someone come back here, that it's coming full circle. This person has worked on themselves. They've changed. I feel like they're coming to ask you out, possibly. It feels like somebody here who is working on themselves or possibly has found a new friend group. I feel maybe they want to introduce you to the friend group. But the Eight of Pentacles is all about going over the self detail by detail. This is Virgo energy. This is about becoming the subject matter expert on you. And it feels like there is some sort of a reunion that's going on here for some of you. It feels like somebody who walked away is about to walk back, and they are walking back because they've changed, because the Wheel of Fortune is here. Things are moving in a positive direction, Taurus. Yep, somebody here who was not sharing with you in the past. Somebody here who no longer wants to be your friend. It feels like there is, you know, we said the Three of Wands was here, that the third wand was burning down, and then you're going to have to make a decision. There we are. There's the Two of Wands. We called it out, right? It feels like you're trying to make a decision, but you're unsure of what's hiding under the surface. Because I feel like this person has changed, but that they weren't very forthright with you when they were with you the last time. And I think that's why you may have walked away or you may have disconnected from them emotionally. The Three of Pentacles in the reverse tells me that this person is doesn't really want to be your friend anymore. It feels like they want to go from being a friend to this. They want to ask you out, maybe date you a little bit, take you out to meet their friends, maybe in a social situation. And the Three of Pentacles in the reverse also tells me that, you're making a decision because in the past, they really weren't on your team. They weren't someone who really cared what happened about you. Like they weren't collaborating or cooperating with you. And I feel like what you don't see, what's being concealed from you, is that you're going to make a decision based on old energy. But please, everybody changes, right? If you're going to make accusations on people from their past, you don't know how much they've changed or if they have. Expect people to do the same to you. And if you don't like it, don't do it to other people. So we have love here. We have the Ace of Cups, Taurus. It does feel like there is going to be something coming up in the week ahead here that has to do with love. So we've got, we have Pisces energy. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. We have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We have more Leo energy. We have Scorpio energy, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Let's go to the next hand. Tell me what else is coming up for Taurus, please, in the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's coming up for Taurus in the week ahead. What else does Taurus need to know besides love? Tell me what else Taurus needs to know about. Tell me about Taurus. For some of you, Taurus, I feel like this is the month where you actually make some gains figuring out who you are. Somebody here is connecting to the higher self. I would say that some of you here, I feel like you're experiencing some stress. It feels like life is stressful. Look, when we go through our awakening, whether it's first, second, third, fifth, whatever, we continue to wake, right? We don't just go through one awakening, my friends. We go through a massive awakening and then we continue to excel or ascend. We continue to become different and learn different things. And this here tells me that somebody here is woken up. The third eye is open. Somebody sees things clearly for what they are. You might even be a seer. You might be waking up to some gifts that have been given to you by the universe that you didn't know were there. We have the High Priestess, who is Piscean energy, and we have the Wanderer. The Wanderer, although is without sort of the energy of any particular planet, the Wanderer is someone who you can see is trying to figure out who they are. Someone who is sitting here trying to figure out who they are. To me, I liken this, it's only in this deck, the Wanderer, and this is the Wandering Moon Tarot. And so I feel like you are trying to figure out your connection to Source is what you're doing. And I feel like this is the energy of this breakthrough that you're having, the Nine of Swords. It tells me that this is not going to be an easy breakthrough for you here. And it never is. I'm just going to say it never is. You start questioning yourself, questioning your past. Was anything I knew about this life and what people told me I should be, is any of that real? And I feel like you're having this energy of the Nine of Swords, being unable to sleep, right? You go through some pretty heavy duty ascension symptoms. You're not being able to sleep, feeling nervous, looking into the past and saying, I did that thing back there and now I feel really embarrassed. This person is hiding their face, hiding their head. And so it feels like you start to look at the past as you become more aware of being the Wanderer. I feel like you start to open your mind a little more to the happiness that you could have. And it feels like that's what it does feel when you have this awakening. It's like you're starting at the beginning again. It's like you're starting at the very beginning. The Page of Pentacles is here. You're at the very beginning and you realize that all the things that people told you to be, your parents' traditions, if they're a farmer, they wanted you to be a farmer. Do you know what I mean? Like the traditions that have been thrown on you, the ideas of society who told you what you should look like, how your hair should be, the clothes you should wear. You start to realize that is all bunk. It's total bunk. And what you're here for is to realize who you are. who you are and what is for you. And I don't mean to say that just to go against the grain, just to go against the grain. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like for somebody here, there is going to be a realization, the Knight of Wands. And it tells me that the realization that you come to is that you've always been brave. You've always been in charge. You've always been the one who had the ability to step forward whenever you wanted to without asking other people to whether to do it or not first. I feel with the Knight of Wands that, that they're always the ones who are brave. This particular one is very brave in taking risks. And so I feel like with this new beginning here, that I feel like you're going to be taking some type of new risk here. The Ten of Cups is here. And the Ten of Cups comes with the rainbow, letting you know that this hard time is over. And understand that we're going to keep going through hard times. You don't go through it once. You keep going through it and through it. It might not be back to back to back. It might be 1 or 2 or 3 years later. But there's always going to be a new lesson. If you're willing to open your eyes and look for the lesson, connect to the self, and take whatever comes, I feel like this new beginning is yours. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. We have the Moon. We have the Sun. There's the breakthrough. Yeah. The Moon and the Sun tells me that there is a change that happens like that overnight. That's what it looks like. We go from the darkness to the light. There's a breakthrough. And it feels like you are realizing here that there are people in your life here who really don't care about you. And that's the saddest part about having your awakening, that you realize you see everything for what it is, and it kind of can be heartbreaking. And you realize that there are people in your life who are just there to use you for what they're going to use you for, and then they carry on. Some of you possibly may have been through some sort of a hardship in relationship. The Three of Swords to me is also, the third party, that some of you will see clearly that there is a third party. But the Sun mostly is about growth. So please know that you're in for some sort of growth spurt. And when you're in for a growth spurt, sometimes it can be very lonely because not everybody's following you on that path. In fact, very few are. But you're going to end up happy. Like, this is going to make you happy. You will have ultimate happiness here. And you will learn to take leaps, to take risks. And that's exactly what I did when I had my second awakening. I took a leap. I left the corporate world into my job. And sometimes it's a scary risk, but I feel like some of you are about to risk it all. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Empress. Yeah, it's somebody's growing up here. That's what it feels like. You've realized, you've had a realization. Page of Swords. You've dug up enough information to know that you have the possibility, or maybe that you are, in fact, the Empress. We do have the Ten of Pentacles here, that you're worth all of it. Like, the worth that you have with your source is more than you can imagine. We put it in pentacle terms, right? We put it in 3D terms because it's all that our little brains can handle. But I want to say that you are loved more than you know, that you are appreciated more than you know. You're being put on this path of ultimate happiness, but first it's going to piss you off. Right? And that's the truth of it. Once you have this breakthrough, and I feel like for some of you it's coming right away, you will have this realization of the Page of Swords that you are the Empress, feminine or masculine. We do have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So I feel like somebody is about to have some sort of awakening. Look, we do have another... we just got through a full moon in Scorpio, and we have a new moon coming up. So it does feel like if you have ended things with the moon being here, if you have brought things to a close, possibly, that there is some sort of a new way opening up for you here with the moon and the sun next to each other. There's some sort of cooperative energy that's coming up here that's going to make you realize that the Three of Swords is not where you want to be. And unfortunately, when you do have a realization and you realize you're back at the beginning of everything, you're back in this childlike state and wonder of seeing things for what they really are. What I really realized is that I really appreciate nature. I'm an earth sign, but like you, but I really appreciate nature. And so I will spend hours just staring at flowers or hugging trees or watching squirrels. Like, it's just become such a beautiful life of wonder. And that's where you are with the ultimate clarity of the Empress. So I feel like for some of you, there is some sort of an awakening coming, my friend. And you're never going to be ready for it. You're never going to be ready for it. It's the truth. All right, let's get one more deck here. Third hand for Taurus. Let's find out what else Taurus needs to know, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about my bull tribe here. What's going on? Tell me about Taurus. Tell me about Taurus. Ooh, okay. The Empress is back. Look at that. So Taurus, this kind of says it all. Look at that. Look at that. This, it's like, ta-da, right? The Fool is like, here comes the Judgment. Taurus, I feel like you are in an energy of you've decided you're not going to settle for anything because you're the whole damn Empress. Whether you are feminine or masculine, the Empress is someone who is very balanced, someone who has all of the lessons of all of the queens, right? You've learned to stand up for yourself and speak truthfully and honestly, no matter what, no matter whether people don't like it and move away from you or not. That's the Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Cups, of course, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like there's some sort of really big decision that's coming up here that you are going to have to make, and that decision is going to take you on a path that you've never been on before, Taurus. It's for some of you, you will be resurrecting something, but for others of you, it could be that somebody's coming back around. For some of you, look, we're still a week into the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde here. We still have another week to go. But I feel like you have made a decision. And I feel like your biggest decision, Taurus, is that you're no longer going to settle for the way people have been treating you. You're no longer going to settle for the 8 cups because you know that you're worth the 10. You're worth total, complete happiness. And so I feel like this is a decision that you made over the full moon here. We do have somebody with the full moon over their head. And so the full moon was in Scorpio. I feel like you've decided that there is going to be some sort of a new beginning here, that you are making some sort of really big decision here. And it's going to lead you to someplace new. Tell me about the Fool, the Judgment, and the 8 of Cups for Taurus. We do have the King of Wands. You're feeling inspired. Feeling inspired to, look, the Empress comes back. All right, so I feels like you're feeling inspired here. You're feeling inspired to become the student. And I feel like by becoming the student, you get more clarity on the Judgment card, because the Page of Swords is about the aha moment or the realization, because they're always digging up knowledge, right? And so I feel like you've already gone over all the basic details of this energy of the Fool, because the Fool is taking a leap of faith, right? And this one is taking a leap of faith into something that they're about to make a really big decision on. Somebody here is feeling inspired to move, inspired to take flight, inspired to jump. These are both Aries, right? Inspired to jump off the edge. And I feel like with the 7 of Wands here, that you feel that you're going to be okay because you've got your boundaries in place. That's what it feels like here. So I want to say that you have done all of your guesswork, that you have looked down over the bottom of the cliff. Is that water? Is it rocks? Am I going to get hurt? Am I going to die? I feel like you know what's going to go on if you take the leap of faith. So I feel like it's an educated leap of faith because that's a student. And tell me about this Judgment. Let's talk about that. I feel like you're making this decision based on your, feeling passionate. And I feel like for some of you that it might be that you're making a decision to contact somebody, because we do have the 7 of Wands. The 8th wand is in the hand of the king. And then we do have the student as well, or the messenger, right? So it does feel like for some of you, you might be wanting to reach out and connect with someone, but also someone might be reaching out and connecting with you. Take it as it resonates. Tell me about the Judgment. We do have the 5 of Pentacles here. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. Taurus, I feel like for some of you, there is somebody coming back around, and I do feel like you've been disconnected from this person or feeling in lack because they haven't been around. I feel like you left them. I feel like you walked away disconnected emotionally because they weren't giving you emotionally what you needed here. We have the 8 of Pentacles, right? We could be talking about the King of Wands. So somebody who didn't give you enough attention, somebody who maybe was too busy looking in the mirror, or, it feels like this person being really beautiful, very attractive. Maybe they felt like, well, I don't need Taurus. I can go find whatever I want. I can get whatever I want. But I feel like you've been disconnected from this person or feeling in lack, feeling like you're on the outside of their life looking in. I want to say that the Judgment, the decision that you make to give this person reciprocity, 5 and 1 is 6, is something that you're doing out of confidence, that you're going to give this person another chance. Some of you are, if it is a person that's coming back around, I feel like you are going to give them another chance. You're going to give them reciprocity, hear what they have to say. You're going to hear them out, and then you're going to make a decision. But I feel like you have already made that decision, I want to say, as to what you're going to do here. It feels like you're going to tell this person, look, if we're going to do this, then we got to close the door. We have to consider this done. We have to consider the old way as done. And then it's time to move forward here. So if we're going to close this door, then let's just do that. Let's consider it some sort of a milestone or an achievement that we came back together and we closed the door. And then let's begin again with the Page of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is here. And then we have the Three of Swords. But the truth is, if you're going to break my heart, I'm only going to let you into the Pentacle energy. It feels like you're only going to let them into your life, like to take you out for coffee or maybe go for a walk. It's going to be something that is not going to be heartbreaking. You're going to get your balance, move at it slowly. Pentacles are here, right? All of these pentacles. You're going to move at it slowly and possibly over years. I feel like you want to make sure that this person is who they say they are before you get involved at all here. Keep your boundaries tight, my friend. The Page of Cups is in the reverse. Yeah. And so I feel like you need to keep your boundaries tight, because if this person moves in a certain type of way, you need to be ready to move as well. You need to be ready to go. You need to be ready to step over the finish line and be done with this person, period. But I feel like you need to keep your boundaries as it pertains to your home. Don't let this person in your home. Don't invite them over. Maybe meet them out. Don't go to their home. I feel like this Page of Cups in the reverse is telling me, like, to anticipate surprises. Like, it feels like this is no surprise that this person is coming back, and this person does want victory with you, Taurus, but I feel like you really need to keep your boundaries tight, because I feel like at any moment you could disconnect and feel inspired to go. If this person is gonna move weird or act weird, I'm gonna say take it slowly. This is karmic justice. I feel like whether you two end up together forever and ever, amen, or whether this is just, look, person coming back to talk to you and then maybe they want to apologize. Maybe it's a real it's a real, like, fake ass apology. I'm just saying, they're going to be like, sorry you feel that way kind of thing. But I feel like for those of you who are interested in getting to know this king, possibly, be aware that this person could also be codependent with you. They might want to have you in the DMs constantly. Like, they may not want to leave you alone. Take it as it resonates for you. This person might be someone who just cannot leave you alone. It feels like things are going to speed up and there's going to be a lot of messages going back and forth. So if you're a person who has a busy life, you might not be the person like me who likes to spend all of their time in the DMs. They just can't do that. Got too much to do, and I think you do as well. So I feel like for some of you, that Judgment card means that you're making a really big decision. And for others of you, it means that someone else is coming back round. We've got Libra energy. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We've got more Aquarius energy, Aries, more Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, Pisces, and more Leo. I'm going to leave it right there, Taurus. Thank you so much for coming here. I will be back because I'm always back. You know that I am. Love you all. I'm going to go for now. Bye-bye.